Hello everyone, welcome back. It's English with John, and you're going to have to excuse my voice. I've been a little sick, I'm on the mend, getting a little bit better, but my voice still hasn't quite caught up with the rest of my body. Anyways, today we're talking about a phrase called hindsight is 2020, which is basically why I know now eating donuts for dinner was not a good choice, but I didn't know at the time. That's a little hint. So here's another hint. What is my actual sight? My actual sight strength, my prescription, is 2300. We'll get into that a little bit later, but that basically means I can't see anything clearly that's not right in front of my face, without the help, of course, of contacts. But we're getting a bit too complicated. Let's just go ahead and go into the very basic meaning of what hindsight is 2020 means. It basically means that we can clearly see the past, and therefore we can clearly see what we should have done in the past. So let's break down that phrase into two ways: what each part means and how we use it in everyday language. First, hindsight. This is the easy one. Hind actually means behind. Hind. We actually have a word for butt called hiney, which means butt. It's your behind. It's what's behind you. So hind means behind. It's kind of another word that you can think of for past. Sight is, of course, seeing. So it's seeing the past or remembering the past. So basically, remembering what has already happened in our past. The second is 2020. Now, this is the basic way of measuring eye strength or eyesight strength in America. The first number means the number that you can see at, so 20 feet away. And the second number is comparing your number to what a normal person can see. So when we talk about 2020, we're saying you can see a letter. You know the charts that they have, the big letters and then the smaller ones and smaller ones at the eye doctor? Well, you can see a certain line at 20 feet away, and other people can see that same line clearly at 20 feet away. I have 2300. So I can see at 20 feet away what others can see at 300 feet away, which basically means I might be blind. At least I shouldn't be doing any sort of activities that involve looking or seeing if I don't have my contacts or glasses. So a person with 20/20 vision is a person with normal vision. It means that a person that doesn't have any eye disease, any sort of difficulties with the eyes, nothing's wrong with it, born straight out, normal vision, what do they see? 20/20. So if we combine the two, we have our hindsight here and our 20/20 here, and we put them together to make hindsight is 20/20, then we have remembering the past is clear. Well, yeah, right? But what does it actually mean? We don't use this phrase for how clearly we remember the past. It's not really used for just thinking about, oh, do I remember it vaguely or do I remember it in detail? It's actually talking about our actions that can be past, present, or future. One of the more common ways to use it is for the past, and it's saying that you are remembering an action that you did in the past, and you know that that action is not good now. The outcome wasn't good. You've lived it. You're in the present now living the bad outcome. And so you look into the past and you clearly see where you should have done a different action in order to make a better outcome, a better future, a better now. And so you say hindsight is 2020, saying, man, I should have done that different action back here so that my current status would be good. In other words, I clearly see what I should have done in the past. I didn't know it at the time, but now I do, and I wish I would have done things differently. It's basically a way to talk about your regret.
Wait, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. It's not washing off.
It's coming off slowly.
It's not washing.
It's starting to
It's not washing off.
And to tell others that you know what you should have done better. Like I said before, eating half a dozen donuts for dinner seems like a good idea at the time because, dang, they're pretty delicious. But after the fact, when you're done eating and you feel like crap and you're not digesting very well and you get this sugar high and you kind of get a stomach ache from it all, then you know hindsight is 2020. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have eaten that many donuts. I should have had a better dinner and had 1 or 2 donuts for dessert, maybe 3. Another way we can use this phrase, hindsight is 2020, is about our own actions that we are going to do now or in the future. So basically we're telling people, I don't know how what I'm about to do is going to affect my future, but let's do it. So for example, you're out gambling and you're doing the little roulette table, which is basically that circular wheel with all the numbers and reds and blacks and everything, right? And you decide, you know what? Hindsight is 2020. I'm putting all my chips onto red. And they spin that wheel, the ball tick, 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 goes around, and then boom, it hits black. And you're like, well, hindsight is 2020. And basically you're saying, I don't know the outcome, so I'm going to put it all on red. And now since I know the outcome, I should have put it all on black. Lost all my money. It's time to get out of the casino, go home, cry myself to sleep. Lastly, the way we use hindsight is 2020 is to console a friend. Basically, if a friend has made some sort of mistake in probably the recent past, but it could be any time that's affecting them now, you can basically say to them as they're telling you about this mistake they made, you can say to them, hindsight is 2020. You're basically telling them not to feel bad about the mistake they made. They did the best with what they had. They made the best decision with the information they had at the time. And so don't worry about it. Hindsight is 2020. I mean, it's the same for all of us. We do the best we can at the time. And maybe we can think about how we could have done better. But again, hindsight is 2020. So all we can do is use our hindsight to kind of make our foresight a little bit better. But beating yourself up about it, I mean, what is that going to solve? It's just going to make you scared to do any decisions in the future, or it's going to make you unhappy in the present. And heck, we're all unhappy for various reasons. It's not really good to add another one. If you want to know more English phrases or words, go ahead and ask in the comments below. In the meantime, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll have more Real English with John in the future. We'll see you next time, guys, and hopefully my voice will be much better. Isn't that right, Big Bear?
Your real voice sucks.
Okay, well, he always does tell the truth, you know.